before our very eyes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
I am the incredible man. I only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do. When you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat. Showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me. Cause that's who I am.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell. I'm Kevin Hastings along with Dennis Davis, Chip Carter, and Will Boykins in the house. Will's not here if you couldn't know.
Boycotted the first
As soon
segment. He
as
just
we started
walked
the
off.
show, he just got up and walked away. Y'all can introduce me.
A little Debbie called him into the break room.
Oh, okay.
He complained about eating pizza the whole time between the end of the red zone and the post game, and now he's just in there chit-chatting.
It's time to do the show. We've got a bunch of scores to give you guys. Update in Kings Mountain. They scored. 6 minutes left to go. They're up 34-27. For the folks watching online, we were going to go on the radio here in just a little bit. Crest game and Cherryville games are finishing up. Once those are over, we'll be on the radio. But you can always watch us here live on YouTube starting at 10 o'clock every Friday night. We'll get going live for you guys. As soon as Kings Mountain and them get back going, I'll take it back out there, folks, and y'all can watch some of it. We'll watch the end of this game here on the post-game show. Look, Bandy's got the ball on the Kings Mountain 51-yard line here, Chip.
Also known as the 49.
That's the 49. So let's go out there and let the folks check it out. Fake handoff. Got the guy back out of the backfield. He's got a few yards.
Ooh.
Nice little tackle.
Good open field tackle.
The Kings Mountain leads, as you folks can see there, 24-27 over the Bandy's Trojans. Both teams coming to the game undefeated. And this game's been back and forth all night. It seems like Bandy just can't – they're the ones that can't get the lead. Kings Mountain's had the lead most of the night, but Kings Mountain scores, Bandy scores. So here we are, fourth quarter, ball on the 45-yard line. And Bandy's hit, looks like that was for a first down. So now they got first down and 10 here at the 45.
Kevin, I'm just going to say it. I know we talked about it earlier. I know it's probably fun for everybody to see these alt uniforms and everything. For people broadcasting, this is annoying as I'll get out.
Trying to figure out who
yeah, exactly.
Well, we just trying to figure out who the teams are. Is hard sometimes.
We put the wrong score up to begin the game.
Did.
I mean,
so Bandy's is in the white for the folks curious, and Kings Mountain is in the black. And last night Bandy's was in black pants. Like last night, if you went to the game, this was the opposite for the most part.
Yeah.
Like if you went to the JV game, Bandy's in black pants and black helmets. Hand off to the shotgun. He's going to slide for a first down. Did he get out of bounds? They're going to count that.
I was about to say, he looked like he was.
This is you can't slide.
No,
this ain't the NFL. 50-15 is the final for West Lincoln and Bessemer City. But yeah, he just kind of slid there. That didn't stop the clock. He should have ran out of bounds. This ain't the NFL. He just your knee goes down. You can put us on any time. Just let us know. So we're going out there. Bandy's now has first and 10, ball on the 33, and they're going to hand it off up the middle. Remember, they're down 7. And so they're going to have to – they didn't get the extra point last time. We don't know if they went for it. They were down 6. They tied it at 27, and we don't know if they missed the extra point or if they missed the 2-point conversion or not. But 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go here. In the fourth quarter, Bandy's and Kings Mountain. Are we on the radio now? Okay. Welcome to all of our radio listeners out there in Radio Land, 92.9 FM and 101.5 FM. I'm sure I'm getting some texts from some of our announcers wondering if they're off the air or not. So, Chip, I'm going to let you do a little play-by-play. You and Dennis kind of seeing what's going on. Bandy's quarterback throws it away onto the track. But right now, 4 minutes to play, 3:57. It's third and about 6. Bandy's has the ball on the 30, down 7.
Third and 6 on the 30-yard line, and Bandy's Coming up against clutch time, Dennis. They're going to have to come up with something to try to stay in this game.
Well, Kings Mountain's supposed to have a great defense. Let's find out here in the next 4 minutes how good they really are.
Let's find out how clutch it is. So, Bandy's breaks their huddle. They've got one receiver on their side of the field. They got trips bunched on the Kings Mountain side. Takes a shotgun snap, rolls out to his right, looking for an open man. Throws it just out of the hands of the Bandy's receiver, incomplete. It was a good throw, led the receiver well. The receiver had it was open, but just the quarterback on the run threw it a little bit high, just out of the reach. It grazed the hands of the receiver, wasn't able to haul it in.
It was a good play. It was just not executed well.
So that's going to bring up fourth down.
4th down and 6, 7-ish. 3:51 to play. Bandy's down 7 on the Kings Mountain 30. They got to get down. It looks like the 23 there for the first down. Final in Bessemer City, 55-14 was the final, or 15 was the final for the folks at home. The red scores, did he say 55? I think he said 55.
Let me find out.
I'm pretty sure he said 55, but I'm going to mark that down as 55. Black scores on your screen are the finals, folks.
I got 50-15 on Max Preps.
God, we'll get JP down here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
The inaccuracy. But the red scores are not finals, folks. They're active scores that we do have or don't have finals for. We're going to talk more about the Kings Mountain game here in just a minute as soon as we get back out to that action. Down 7 is Bandy's. With the ball, 4th down and 6. Let's go back out to that. Folks can watch the end of this.
It's probably, they're not, I wouldn't say mathematically this is the play.
It probably is play.
Yeah, more than likely.
It's a big 4th down, y'all. 4th and 7.
Better myself.
Watch the ball.
Yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, let's keep it 4th and 7, not 4th and 2.
So that's the Kings Mountain announcers you guys listen to.
Here,
This could be the ball game.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he's going to look to his right, and I wouldn't be surprised if he pull it down and do a quarterback draw and go to his left.
we're playing man coverage. We got no safety
Yep,
up top to
that's
help,
what I'm
so
saying.
he's.
Watch the quarterback. He's going to look.
It drops back in the
There
pocket.
you go.
Goes right up the middle.
Yep. Good job.
Knocked down.
Good job.
Knocked down.
Quarterback is down.
Look.
Kings Mountain take over on downs.
Yep.
We'll show the replay here for the folks. So I can rewind just.
His pride's not the only thing that got hurt on that play, I don't think.
Like I said, the Kings Mountain defense will determine the outcome of this game.
He stepped up in the pocket. I was trying to watch the receivers, what they were doing. I didn't see anything quick. You got one corner out there standing at the first down marker. Pretty much all the defensive backs are standing at the first down marker. Stepped up in the pocket. Did get hit by a lineman there in the stomach. Another guy blocked it, knocked the ball down. So he's down. Got hit pretty hard there. And Kings Mountain, but I guess Bandy doesn't have one chance to stop him. Quarterback is down. So Bandy's going to have a chance to come back and make that stop, Chip. But right now, it looks like Kings Mountain has a chance to hold on and win this ball game.
About the only close game Cleveland County had this evening. So if they can pull out the win, that'll be undefeated for the county. Yeah, that was probably a little closer than I think a lot of people were expecting that game to be. I'm curious, looking at this West Lincoln game and what they did last week against Lincoln Charter. I'm curious what happened their first week, and they lost to North Lincoln 41-14. It just they seemed like, I don't know if their offense just was out of sorts, but they certainly have gotten their offense together the past 2 weeks, put 72 up, a school record based on information Terry Reinhardt provided, and 55 points this evening against Bessemer City.
We're going to find out if Shelby set their school record tonight. Had 90 points tonight in a win over Highland Tech. Out at Chase and Blacksburg, it's 28-20, folks. Let's go out there real quick and check on. Oh, Bandy's just picked it off. They're running towards the end zone.
Get the ball.
Ball's still on the ground.
What are we doing?
I think Kings Mountain's about to have the one. Bandy's had it and then dropped it. They fumbled it.
Run the ball.
What just happened? They threw
Covered
a
at the
pass
1
and
yard
the
line.
defensive end picked it off.
I don't even have.
Yeah,
They're
let's
gonna
run the
get
ball.
Bandy's
Don't
first
put
and
it
10.
in at this point in time. Don't put it in the hands of.
Covered.
Get the ball. And that ball last
Watch
series.
this, folks.
And
Wow,
I'm
what a
gonna run
play.
that play clock
Yep.
down before I
Exactly.
snap it every.
Bandy's only has 1 timeout to stop the clock.
Oh, God.
Intercepted.
Why did he fumble? Get the ball.
Ball still on the ground.
What are we doing? Why?
Why?
Oh
Why?
my gosh! Why are we?
They
Run
just
the
threw
ball.
A little screen pass. The Bandy's 1 timeout.
Covered at the
He just
1 yard
Malcolm
line.
Butlered them. He just Malcolm Butlered them.
So
Kings Mountain
first
keeps
and
the ball.
10 from the 1.
I love this color
Kings
commentator.
Mountain.
He's just said why more.
99 yards
How's
First
it?
and
to go to
10.
try to
How's
put
it
a score
first
on the
down?
board.
It's second
3
down.
and
That was
36
a
seconds.
change of possession.
Yeah, it's,
And the
Because
problem
the
here is
defender
we
picked up.
always go out of shotgun, so
Yeah.
Not this
it's
second.
going to be hard to even get him out of the end zone on a run.
I mean,
it should be.
This is where not having stuff under center hurts you.
Walk
Both
that
teams
linebacker up.
1 timeout apiece.
Walk him up. Send him. There you go. There you go.
Got him,
That's got
safety.
him.
Bandy.
Wow.
Walk him up.
Will called that.
Don't show it early. Walk him up when they get
34-29, and Bandy's will be getting the ball back
You saw as soon as he started walking, you saw it.
on
didn't
a
you?
short field.
You called it before he ever went.
Well, they're lucky it's not a tie game right now, but this may be worse with the safety.
Yeah.
All right, boys, y'all just saw it. Bandy's with the safety. Kings Mountain, 3 minutes to go, throws a what? I guess it was it a screen they were trying to throw, but the defensive end picked it off, and he went all the way down like the 10 or 5, and then he fumbled. Kings Mountain falls on the ball on the 1 yard line. First play is a safety.
That may be they saving grace right there with Bandits because they get the ball back. They got the 2 point.
Yeah.
advantage now.
So instead of it just being a 7-point and they tie
Yeah.
it, they get the 2 point conversion.
Yeah.
Basically. So
Basically.
now their touchdown
Now they
would win it.
touchdown would win it.
They don't need to even kick the extra point. They'll go for 2.
But at this
If they
point,
do
Kings
score.
Mountain is still ahead for all you Kings Mountain fans.
Kings Mountain's kicking off from the 20.
Yeah.
From the 20 here, folks. We're going to go back out to there, folks. We're going to get to our radio announcers here in just a moment. Wow, what a game out at Kings Mountain. And we're going to let Chip and Will and Dennis give you guys some play-by-play of what's going on out there here. See what that announcer is.
So Kings Mountain with a chance to put it away, but now we still got a ball game. About the 31-yard line.
Don't outrun your blockers.
Mountaineers will give chase, trying to pull
Don't
him
get any
down.
block
They
out.
will
Stand up right.
after he crosses the
It's already
timeline.
crossed midfield
So they'll have good.
So Bandy's has the ball.
at the 54-yard line.
3:23 to play at the 54-yard
Also known as the 46.
Also
fans.
known
known
as
as
the
the
46.
It's the Kings Mountain 46.
That's in European measurement.
Why don't we do metrics? Do the metrics.
Do the matrix.
All right, so Bandy comes back out. All right, let's give some scores while they figure that out. Chip, let's the black scores are finals, folks. We're going to talk to Rob Roop and Brent Pasco here in just a little bit. We're trying to finish up this exciting Bandy's Kings Mountain scores this game, and then give you guys the scores as we go. Quarterback's back in. He scrambles. He's got about 5 or 6 on this first carry. All right, Chip, what's the scores in the area tonight? I'll let you go first.
Let's run down them real quick. Burns defeats East Gaston 46-0. It was Crest over Asheville 56-12. Shelby defeats Highland Tech 90-0. I'm sure we'll get into that later. West Lincoln defeats Bessemer City 55-15. We have not confirmed a final yet. Chase still battling Blacksburg. Chase leads 28-20. Lincolnton shuts out Cherryville 28-0. High Brighton leading St. Stephen's. We have not confirmed a final on that. High Brighton up 42-13. We have nothing on Wilkes Central and Drawn. Still looking for a score on that. Last update we have, Charles D. Owen leads Patton 8-0. Final score, Freedom over East Burke 61-22. Final score, Brevard over Irwin 37-14. Last update, not final, West Iredell 18 Ford 2. Do I keep going or do we want? Okay, all right. Kevin's keeping us up to that. I'm trying to. So I'll blitz through. Okay, so I'll.
Chase is celebrating. Let's see
Sponsoring all of our quarters. We also want to thank again our sponsors for the whole Friday night football, and that's Tri-City Outdoor Power and Tri-City Tire. Also for.
All right, we'll blitz through these scores, and Kevin, just interrupt me if you get any news. Ashbrook defeats Northwest Cabarrus 21-17. East Lincoln over Newton Conover 49-21. We not confirmed final, but last update, East Rutherford leading CPLA 71-8. A lot of blowouts this week. Smoky Mountain over Forest View final 22-19. In our baseball final of the night, Hunter Huss defeats North Meck 11-7. You're watching Kings Mountain. We need to update that score. Kings Mountain's leading Bandy's 34-29. Thank you, Kevin. Blue Ridge, South Carolina leading Polk County 28-13. North Buncombe leading Madison 35-13. Tight game. North Henderson clinging to a 1-point lead over Hendersonville 27-26. It was Watauga over Mount Airy 61-7. Tuscola defeats South Caldwell 42-6. Not final. Alexander Central leading Ashe County 34-7. We've not confirmed a final on that. Union County not confirmed final, leading Lincoln Charter 38-34. This is final. Mountain Island Raptors defeat West Caldwell 49-22. Can we make a friend or somebody at North Gaston please give us some updates on their scores? We have nothing from Concord, North Gaston. Maiden leading North Lincoln 48-28. South Point defeats TC Robertson 34-6. Hickory over Bunker Hill 49-0. Forest Hills defeats Community School of Davidson 36-25. It was Lake Norman Charter over North Rowan 30-26. Carson blanks Pine Lake Prep 41-0. Avery County defeats Asheville Christian Academy 44-8. Lane Tree Prep comes back to defeat Bonnie Cone fittingly 27-24. We have nothing on South Carolina Spartans against Christ the King. Okay. Max Preps was correct. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
I ain't heard from JP down the hall yet. So, he said they're still wrapping it up out there. Kings Mountain.
I'll text Potter.
His quarterback scrambled for 4 yards on first and 10, and then he scrambled for 15 seconds and lost 4 yards on second. They're sitting at third and 10. It looks like right now about the 40-yard line for Kings Mountain, down 5 points after just getting the safety there. Almost scooped it for a touchdown. Now, if they don't score, Will, they needed the touchdown. Now, if they do score,
Yeah.
if they do score that extra point, it helps out quite a lot. But you know,
It does.
if they don't score, you're going to wish you actually got the touchdown.
Is they
now.
third
Do what?
down?
I think so. Yep.
How much time's left?
Oh, 1:45 is left.
That's
all day.
That's all day.
So they got some time to score, but they got to score.
Set it up for you, 3rd and 11. They have to score. They have to score.
So
Timeout, Kings
take a
Mountain.
timeout.
So we take our last timeout, so no more timeouts available.
So there you go, guys. 3rd and it looks like 11. Ball is on the 37-yard line.
Thank you, David Potter. David confirms final score, West Lincoln 50, Bessemer City 15. West Lincoln scored, I'm sure he's going to mention this when he calls in, West Lincoln scored on all 5 of their second half possessions. That'll normally take care of things for you.
That sends it right on out the door.
Yeah, that's right.
Someone in Bessemer didn't do the film work at halftime.
Kind of like Carolina versus TCU.
I
Had so much promise.
I got pictures to show. I was sitting right in front of the goats.
Really?
Like 5 or 6 rows in front of them. Yeah.
I told him in the second half, I was like, they probably wanted you to have a better seat.
I'm sitting in front of billionaires there. Where Will they I only spent $25 on it.
After that first drive.
Oh Lord, they said that it was a bad night to be a bottle of beer in that suite with Michael Jordan and Lawrence Taylor sitting there. Bandy's incomplete pass. This is going to make it 3rd, 4th, and 11. We're going to go out there and we'll show that play here for the folks at home. So 4th and 11, we're going to go out to Kings Mountain. Bandy's down 5. Neither team left with a timeout.
Should have been playing him all game.
Yes,
Yeah.
it made him stay in the pocket. Now, but it doesn't mean he can't pick us apart, but we got to do the exact same thing right here because,
Again,
no pass interference, no dumb penalty
See
here.
what
Let's
you
go.
think.
I don't think you've seen a fan on either side leave this stadium.
No, this is a great game. Fantastic game.
Sweat back to pass again. Plenty of time to throw. Throws the deep ball all the way down. Intercepted.
No, incomplete.
Incomplete. So Kings Mountain will turn over on down. Bandy's will take over on turnover on downs.
All right, folks.
Mountaineers will take over.
That should do it. No timeouts to go.
34-29.
You think they'll run it this time, Will?
I'm pretty sure they'll put it on the floor this time.
Steve, I don't know if you caught it. You didn't catch it. I don't know if you heard us on the radio. Did you hear us on the radio? The interception, up 3, they throw a pass, and the defensive end is Julius Peppers pick off.
Now the fumble.
He's going to be sick. He didn't score now because he got down to the 2-yard line and dropped it and had a chance to put it in the end zone. So
he was almost down.
it looks like Kings Mountain's going to take over first down, a minute and a half, and go on to victory. I'm not going to mark that as a final quite yet, but it is. For the folks watching at home, your black scores are your finals. Reds are active, or we don't have anything on them yet. We're going to get all the scores here. Now the Kings Mountain kids are arguing. They're doing something on the field. Let's see what's going on. The linemen are jumping up and down there. Ain't nothing for them to do. But all right, JP, is he back yet? Yeah, there he is. He's in the house. All right, JP, for the folks on the radio, we just got switched over. We're going to take a break here and take our first break of the night here on the postgame show. Then we're going to talk to Rob Roof about the Crest Chargers. Then we'll talk to David Potter, Thompson Afani, and Juwan and Brian here in just a few moments here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Family at Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service in Shelby have been taking care of your bookkeeping and income tax needs in Shelby, Cleveland County, and the surrounding area. They feature a staff of enrolled agents and experienced tax professionals. Make sure you get every advantage you deserve. That's Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service, 707 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Give them a call at 704-484-2783. Online at numbersofshelby.com. They are there for you.
You guys having a party too? Yeah, just having some friends over for the game. Is that safe? More plugs, more power.
You're all ready for the game. 4 new outlets, all with USB, and the projector's hooked up to a new dedicated line.
Oh, heck no.
What happened to the game? He likes to do it all himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's Bob Malarkey.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Bring the family out for a night of great food and fun at Jam & J's Pizza Factory in Shelby. They're open Tuesday through Sunday. Try their big buffet and salad bar. You're going to love it, with special pricing for seniors and kids. The kids will also love the big game room. This Christian-based company is locally owned and operated. You can order online at jamandjspizza.com. Takeout, curbside, or delivery, all available by calling 980-303-2792. Jam & J's Pizza Factory, 1011 Grove Street, off Highway 74 East in Shelby.
It's the Slingshot Showstopper sales event at Full Throttle Powersports in Lowell. Get up to $3,000 customer cash on remaining 2024 models, plus 15% off accessories. Plus, it's the all-out summer sales event on all Polaris models with up to $4,000 off 2024 models, and financing at 0% for up to 60 months. And save big on the Suzuki King Quad ATVs with 0% financing for up to 36 months or $1,600 in customer cash. At Full Throttle Powersports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Since 1988, the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County, also known as TAC, is a nonprofit agency, and they operate demand response services for non-emergency medical transportation in our area. For more information, call the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County at 704-482-6465. Again, that's 704-482-6465. Visit the website at tacshelbync.com, located at 952 Airport Road in Shelby.
And welcome back to the Full Throttle Power Sports postgame show with the Mafia that is KTC Broadcasting, the Godfather Dennis Davis, the boss Kevin Hastings. That's about all I got right now. I don't have it up on my phone. So. We got a bouncer, we got a fixer, we got the enforcer, and we got the collector. That's all I know.
The hitman.
Oh yeah, the Hitman.
I had
yeah.
something. I even had something to tell him earlier. Now I'm just blank.
Oh come on now.
You done made me lose my mind on.
Who was the enforcer?
I don't know.
I think
Chip.
that might have been Will actually.
Oh Lord, mercy. Something Chaplin.
I'm guessing you the enforcer. You don't want to work in a prison system. I'm not the one.
You definitely the
prison guard
tonight.
What you talking about?
Hey, Steve, you won 90 to nothing.
All right, is Rob on the phone?
Yeah, he should be.
Oh, well, why do you say that? Rob, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, we got him.
Let her rip, Rob.
There we go. I got it.
Yeah, I was sitting there. I was hanging on. I was hanging on this Goodfellas Mafia talk. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do there. So, but yeah, a good win tonight for the Chargers. Yeah, just went out. I mean, dominated every aspect of the game. Just a good night overall. Just a good night overall.
Well, how did they get 12 points, Rob? Did you let down the defense or what?
Well, the first one they scored. The poor quarterback from Asheville said, "Just let me get this ball to anybody except for me," and he flung it down the field, and the guy was able to come down with the ball one time, and then they scored. The running back scored one late in the game against some of the backup guys, but other than that, got Brock Melton back tonight. Played well. Brock actually got into quarterback spot and threw a touchdown pass tonight. Mike Edwards was our player of the game.
Absolutely.
He ended up with 40 yards receiving, had a rushing touchdown. He also returned the kick for 75 yards for a touchdown. Majay Thompson returned the punt for a touchdown. Crest intercepted, will return one for a touchdown. So every aspect of the game, all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams, Crest was able to win all three.
Hey, Rob, I was talking to a fan last Saturday after the Shelby game, and I was talking about how it didn't look like a Coach Lord team because of all the penalties and not being disciplined and everything. And they said they was going to the field. It seemed like they cleaned that up this week.
Yeah, and that's one thing. I talked to Coach Lloyd in our pregame interview for this week, and that's when he said there was, the Crest Shelby game. There's always high emotion with that game, and sometimes your emotions get the better of you, and sometimes you channel it the right way, and sometimes you just kind of go at it. And you got to put it behind you, and I think that's what you saw from both teams tonight. They just had to go out, put it behind them. Of course, Shelby had to go do what they had to do, and I think the State ought to be ashamed of themselves if they let that game be played. But, Shelby did what they need to do tonight. Crest did what they need to do tonight after a big game. And now if you're Crest, guys, you turn your attention to Weddington, who before their loss to Myers Park was ranked in the top 50 in the country. This is going to be a heck of a ball game next Friday night at Sid Bryson Stadium between Weddington and Crest. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I agree. It's going to be a very good ball game. Weddington's going to come in and try to stuff everything they can down Crest's throat. I hope the defense is ready. I think the offense is ready. They needed this week to get everything tuned up and ready to go. So can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be the key with that Weddington team. That their front seven defensively probably going to be about as good as Crest is going to be able to see. We're talking about four. I think they got three or four guys going D1 in their front. If Crest has got an advantage, it's going to be if they can control the line of scrimmage a little bit and let those skilled guys for Crest, your Mike Edwards, Majay Thompson, Jason Black, those guys, if you get them out in the space, I think they can maybe take advantage of waiting the secondary a little bit. But you've got to control that line up front and give Eli time to get the ball down the field.
That's right.
Rob, I want to give you a plug. I noticed you were filling in for Omar this week on the podcast. Tell the people about the Crest podcast so they can find that and listen to it. It seems to be a very well produced and directed podcast, and that'll give a lot of information to the people who want to follow Crest football or find out about Crest football.
Yeah, something we started this year. Just try to give folks a little more information about what's going on with Crest. It's called Inside the Stable, and of course, Coach Lloyd and Trey Albright helps host that, and I'm there if I need to be a part of. Omar Porter's a part of it, and then we try to bring in other coaches. We had Coach Skip Young this past week, and bring different. Frank Dobbs has been on it, so just trying to give folks another look at Crest football and what's going on with the team. And again, people like that information. That's one thing me and Coach Lloyd talked about, as a matter of fact, last week. Maybe next year, getting all the 4 county schools together. I told them I know KTC would probably love to be a part of that. Get the 4 county school for a media day and do some things like that, just to give folks some extra access to what's going on with our young people. Again, appreciate what KTC does, because we've talked before, it's not like this everywhere. You don't get this kind of coverage everywhere. So it's good to let our young people get recognized for their hard work. So, yeah, check us out on YouTube. It's called Inside the Stable, and we just try to bring you a little more information each week about Crest football.
Well, if you need a host that's better looking than Trey, just give me a call and I'll come in.
Well, we talk about, trying to make us look good, but you can only do so much. Whatever you can only use. The filters only filter out so many things. But Trey does a great job, man. He loves Charger football, and we have a good time with it. And Dennis, appreciate you letting us give a quick plug for that as well.
There you go.
Rob, who do we have on the player of the game for you guys, player of the week?
It was Mike Edwards. Mike Edwards, like I say, 40-yard receiving, got a 75-yard kick return for a touchdown, and he had a 5-yard rushing touchdown.
All right. Thank you, sir, for that. Mike Edwards of Crest is our nomination.
All right. Thank you, guys.
For our AGAC Heating and Air Company player of the week and hit of the week. And as we go through the highlights, guys, make sure if you see something you like, a big hit or a big defensive play, we're going to point it out. And
1 week it was an offensive play.
And I know, right? And the last 2 weeks it actually. Well, yeah, last week was the punt return that got smoked in Bessemer. It was bad. But tonight we're going to talk all of our other guys here in just a few moments. First, from some scores around the area, we're going to talk to David Potter from that West Lincoln Bessemer game. Brent Pascoe, Shelby High-Tech, and Steve DeGrees in here. And we'll talk to him in just a minute. Burns finished up 46-0 in that final. Chase won 28-20, and Lincoln in 28-0 over the Cherryville Ironman. Ashbrook 21-17 over Northwest Cabarrus. East Lincoln 49-21 over Newton Conover. East Rutherford was up 71-8 last time we checked. Forest View falls to Smoky Mountain 22-19. Huss wins 11-7 over North Meg. And Kings Mountain squeaks by Bandy's 34-29. 44-22 Union Academy squeaks by Lincoln Charter. Mountain Island 49-22 over West Caldwell. Maiden Blue Devils pull away from North Lincoln in the second half, 54-36. South Point 34-6 over Roberson. And Hickory 49-0 over Bunker Hill. And, well, I guess while we're still sitting here, we'll go ahead and talk to him. Steve DeGrees in the house. What's up, Steve? How are you, sir?
Doing fine, fellas. Just came back from Highland Tech. As you say, we won 90-0. I know a lot of people think maybe we ran the score up, but actually we didn't run the score up. We let some JV kids play, and they helped them to score a touchdown. That last touchdown was by Jonas Brooks. He's a freshman, and they just didn't tackle him. And I want to also give a plug out to the littlest man on our team, Mr. Tyler Tate. If you look him up, y'all, I think he weighed maybe 100 pounds soaking wet. Tyler scored 3 rushing touchdowns tonight. He also recovered a fumble and make some key tackles on special teams. He's a senior, guys, and he's not really got a chance to play that much because of his size. But as always, sometimes your littlest man has his biggest heart.
He's listed at 5'5", 130. Is that a lie?
That might be exaggerating a little bit,
Steve.
But you can't measure the kid's heart.
Yeah.
And I told Brent Pascoe, I ran over there where they was at and told him to me he was the player of the game.
Steve,
okay. Guys, we got to talk. We got to get to our caller real quick. We're gonna keep Steve on this in just a minute and talk about the Golden Lions. But David is at Bessemer City now. He's about to get back on the road, so I want to talk to him real quick. West Lincoln wins 50-15 over the Yellow Jackets tonight. And David, are you there?
Yes, I am.
So the game was like 22-15 at some point, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 22-15 early in the second half. It was 14-7 at halftime. But looks like Bessemer City had a lot of kids going both ways, as Scott mentioned on the broadcast. And West Lincoln scored on all 5 of their possessions in the second half. 5 touchdown runs, 2 by T.J. Stratford, 2 by Gray Ponder, and a cleanup one at the end by Cole Carpenter. And so they just pulled away 50-15. And Bessemer got down to the point where they started throwing the ball a lot because they were trying to catch up. And they were like 4 of their last 16 passes. So, West knew it was coming, and they played good defense against it. And again, the defensive front for West Lincoln created a lot of havoc, just like they did last week against Lincoln Charter. Gavin Chastain didn't get to just drop back on very many plays. He was running around, rolling left, rolling right, trying to stay away from the rush. So a good job by West Lincoln defensively in the second half.
Well, Dave, we're going through the highlights, seeing Bessemer's long touchdown pass there, and then that made it 14-7. 22-7, Stratford with a long touchdown run. Second half, you saying, and you're right about that. And a lot of people don't understand is that these teams with the small roster sizes, they got to go both ways. And a lot of people don't get that in some of these bigger schools. And you talk to them like, you go both ways. You played both sides of the ball. I'm like, yeah, you kind of had to. And
probably special teams.
Yeah, that too. So I mean, somebody's got to make a tackle on kickoff. So when you get in the second half, I was just curious about if you thought anything specific West Lincoln did differently for them to just like I said, it was a close game at halftime. It was 22-15 and 14-7 there in the third quarter.
Well, I think they just got back to what they do, and anytime you get T.J. Stratford some space, look out. I mean, Gray Ponder is going to pound you, and every once in a while he's going to break one out. I mean, he had a 43-yarder, 33-yarder, 15, but he had 14 carries. But then Stratford, his touchdown runs tonight were 45, 63, and 79 yards. He is the big hitter.
Well, who do the Rebels have next week, Dave?
The Golden Line.
Shelby.
The Shelby Golden Line. Where is that game at?
West Lincoln.
Should be at West Lincoln, I believe.
At West Lincoln. We'll definitely have coverage of that with Brent Pascoe and Jeff Jones. Who's your Lincoln County game of the week next week, David?
We have Bandy's in East Lincoln. Bandy's, did they beat Kings Mountain? They were ahead last
They
week.
almost beat them. Kings Mountain went up.
Oh.
Kings Mountain went up by 34-27, and they got a turnover. And then they threw the ball with 3 minutes left to go, and both teams had one timeout. And the defensive end for Bandy's picked it off like Julius Pepper style, and he rumbles and stumbles down to the 5-yard line, and then he fumbles the ball. Down to the 1, Kings Mountain gets the ball on the 1, safety on the next play, so Bandy's, instead of tying it or going up on a touchdown, gets the 2 points. They come back, Kings Mountain stops them, and Kings Mountain wins the ball game.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bandy's has been on the upswing over the last 2 or 3 years. Jason Barnes has really put together some good players there. They're going to get tested next week against David Lubowitz and his flying circus over there at East Lincoln. I mean, good gracious, they're scoring 50 every game.
Yeah, David.
They played a 7A and an 8A team and did that.
Yes, they have. Bandy's. I think we'll have a pretty good game next week. Both teams are undefeated, 3-0 for East and 2-0 for Bandy. Or no, Bandy's aren't. Bandy's gave Kings Mountain a heck of a run tonight against the Mountaineers. So it'll be an interesting game next week. Then you guys got East Gaston at Lincoln, then East Lincoln, Bunker Hill, North Lincoln at Newton Conover the next few weeks here. On the Lincoln County Game of the Week, well, David, be careful out there in Bessemer City. And who was your player of the week?
Player of the game was T.J. Stratford, 13 carries, unofficially 233 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, Gray Ponder's not far behind, 133 yards, 3 touchdowns. So thunder and lightning there for West Lincoln.
Thank you, sir, David. You have a good week. Y'all take care out there.
All right. right. You too. Thanks.
Thank you, David Potter, along with Scott Tudor, did the Bessemer City and West Lincoln game tonight, and so the Yellow Jackets fall 50 to 15. At one point, like I said, it was 22 to 15 in the third quarter, and whatever West Lincoln figured out, they figured it out quick. All right, that's our player, our AG, AC and Air Player of the Week nominee for West Lincoln is DJ Stratford, 13 carries, 233, and 3 touchdowns. Excuse me. Now I'm looking at the power poll next week. We'll have to talk about that here in just a little bit. Juwan Wilson's in the house tonight. He was at the Cherryville and League game, sorry.
Yes.
And Ironman tonight came into the game with a lot of high hopes, 2-0, and they fall 28-0. So Juwan is here. Close game, 14-0 at halftime. A lot of hopes for Cherryville throughout the game, Juwan. I mean, it just stayed close throughout, and they just couldn't get on the board or pull it out there. So a little bit about how the first half went, and we're going to show you some highlights as well for the folks listening on the radio. We've got some highlights of the game, and we're going to start here with a sack, and we're going to play it here. Steve, this is some of the best defensive coordination I've ever heard in my life, okay? He told them what to do, and they did it. Y'all ready for this? This is awesome.
Hey, sack him!
And they did.
Yeah.
Steve, I didn't know being defense coordinator it was that easy. You just got to yell, sack him.
And we're not finished.
Wow.
That was pretty good. I got to play that again.
Hey, sack him!
Okay. He was standing back there for a while. They finally, 3 of them met at the quarterback there. Rashard Lynch puts up the Ironman up 7-0 on this play, Juwan.
Yeah. The Lynch boys, there was 3 hands full tonight. Couldn't really do much with them. When we did have 11 contained tonight, he would just run it up the middle, take off running, and Cherryville didn't have an answer for him tonight.
All right, look, that was the first score. Steve, you're going to like this block by the tackle. Will wanted me to point this out earlier. So watch this left tackle block. He just pushes the lineman back into the end zone. He can't get back there to him. I don't know what happened on that. We was trying to figure that out.
I guess caught himself going into coverage. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
done.
How did they end up? Yeah, like you just said, he get backed up into coverage, and then the running back ran right in front of him. So it's kind of a weird.
I'm sure that wasn't his assignment.
Yeah. All night.
5 down on it. How about Rashard Lynch to Messiah Thompson? What about this pass? It looks pretty in real life as it kind of did here on this pass.
It
on our angle of it.
It did, yeah. We was told before the game that the Lynch kid, he's not a tall kid, but they said he threw a great ball, and he did several times tonight.
So this is the long touchdown in the first half. That's made it 14-0 Lincoln Wolves. Fumble by Cherryville. This is late in the half, and the way you know on the broadcast is kind of like, I was scared they was going to score there's one, and then you guys had the longest 25 seconds in the history of football.
Yeah.
We sat in here for like 10 minutes of y'all listening to y'all's broadcast basically, and they moved the ball, they changed the clock twice, and they finally got it figured out. But I was just curious about the ending of the half there. Number 11 hustled back right there. Good job right here.
Yeah, I guess he knew what it was. I know. He knew he wasn't going to
No pursuit.
None whatsoever. Thank God for, I think it was number 5, Hefner, who went and chased him down.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody did.
Yeah. Hefner's probably the only kid that could have, actually. Yeah, that really, really hurt right before the half when they fumbled. Cherryville had a little bit of momentum. Looked like they might get ready to put some points on the board before halftime, and that fumble killed them.
All right, this is Jalathan Mayfield with a touchdown. This made it 21-0. Ironman trailing the Lincoln Wolves. And our final score is 28-0. Wolves over the Ironman. Juwan, you got your players of the game or anything?
Yeah, we do have the players of the game. Our overall player of the game is Hefner, number 5 Hefner. He had 16 carries for 55 yards. Wasn't really there a lot for him tonight, but he did grind it out for those. Our defensive player of the game is Maddox Kerrigan. Had about 6 tackles tonight, a couple solo tackles. Our offensive player of the game is Najee Whitworth. Still didn't have the game that we wanted him to have, but you did see the flashes. Pretty sure we're going to see those flashes next week against Highland Tech. So he's our offensive player of the game, and our key play of the game was one of the plays with Whitworth where he caught it on the right side, cut it back to the left side. Looked like he was going to score, but he got brought down at the end. So that's what we got tonight.
Do you have any stats on the Lincoln guys?
I have no stats on the Lincoln guys.
Okay,
no,
just
sir.
curious about that on those. If you get anything or hear anything on that, let us know. Who? We got Jeff Miller on the phone. We're going to talk to him for just a second. Jeff, what we got? Juwan, I want to thank you, though, for broadcast night, Cherryville Ironman. Next week, they'll be at Highland Tech, and we'll have that broadcast on I-2.9 as the Ironmen look to go to 3-1. 3-1 on the season.
Take your share of pair of binoculars.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm used to it. My daughter cheered for Highland for 3 years, so I've seen a lot of heartbreak down there. I'm just glad to be on the other side of it this year.
All right. Thank you, Juwan, for stopping in. We're going to talk to Jeff Miller on the phone right now. Jeff, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Jeff, last week you said you was going to go to Forest View. Did you make it there tonight?
I sure did.
And you saw your alma mater lose to the Smoky Mountain Mustangs.
Yep. I mean, they had their chances to win that game. Smoky Mountain, they all 3 of their touchdowns, they went for 2. They got 2 of them. I mean, it was 16-12 at halftime. And Forest View's defense started buckling down in the second half. And basically started figuring out Smoky Mountain's run offense. And now Forest View got the ball in the second half, but was not able to do anything with it. And then at some point, Smoky Mountain was having trouble with the center to quarterback exchange. And Smoky Mountain at one point was forced to go to the air, and we had 2 defenders on him, and he tossed the ball, and Forest View caught it and ran it for a touchdown to make it 19-16. But the offense just could not get anything going in the second half because I think Smoky Mountain's defense tightened up themselves, and then they could not. The defense finally gave out and gave up a late Smoky Mountain touchdown, 22-19, and the Jaguars were close. They were at the inside the 10-yard line, but on 4th and 5, they could not convert, and Smoky Mountain was able to win. And there were other chances in the game that the Jags had, and there was one controversial block in the back call that got called. And can somebody help me out on this? Isn't there still a pocket in high school football for the quarterback?
Steve and Will, I'll let y'all chime in on this one.
What do you mean?
What are you asking?
What you mean by the pocket?
If the quarterback is outside the pocket, he can throw it away, because I thought that became instituted a couple of years ago that there was now a pocket that the quarterback can do that.
You got to get out of the tackle box.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
he
you have
got
to be
out of the
outside-
tackle box and threw the
outside.
ball away, and the ref called intentional grounding.
Well,
welcome to officiating 2025.
I know, right?
But I'm not going to be one of those that say the refs cost them, because as I stated many times, the Jaguars had their chances. They were always one play away in that game, and before, when the game started in the first quarter, Smoky Mountain turned the ball over with a fumble, then Forest View gave it right back with an interception deep in Smoky Mountain territory. So that's like 3 different chances they've had to put points on the board, and they're learning to compete this year. The Jaguars are. The Jaguars are, and but now the next thing is learning how to win more consistently now.
Well, going forward, the Jaguars, looking at their schedule, play at Lake Norman Charter next week. Do they match up well with them? Then conference starts. Kings Mountain, Crest, Hush, Ashbrook, South Point. Tough little road to hoe there, but they've got next week at Lake Norman Charter. Any insight on that one?
Well, Lake Norman Charter beat North Rowan tonight, 30-26. I anticipate Lake Norman Charter could be another tough matchup for Forest View. And but I think it's a very winnable game. And I heard that Bandy's gave Kings Mountain a game tonight.
Kings Mountain fits tonight.
Yeah, it was an excellent game back and forth. Kings Mountain won by 5, 34-29 tonight.
And then I see Ashbrook barely got past Northwest Cabarrus, 21-17.
Correct.
And that kind of surprised me. I thought Ashbrook would dominate that game.
Are they getting by, or I mean, their defenses give up 32 points in 3 games against West Meck, Berry Academy, and Northwest Cabarrus. They got Marvin Ridge and South Point the next 2 games. I guess we're going to find out real quick if they are for real.
And there's a whole lot of good games next week. I've pretty much decided where I want to go next week.
Yeah, where are you going?
I'm planning on going to watch Weddington at Crest.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So Jeff going Weddington at Crest next week. Should be a good game, bro.
I'm just sorry that it's on the same night as Charlotte Catholic at Kings Mountain and Marvin Ridge at Ashbrook, because those are going to be some dandy games right there.
After the night watching Bandy's versus Kings Mountain, I don't know how well Kings Mountain will fare against Charlotte
And
Catholic.
I haven't seen the North Gaston score yet.
Yeah, we haven't either.
Do you happen to have a Catholic score for tonight?
On that one.
I do not. I've been looking all over Max Preps, and almost everybody has their scores in, but I have not managed to get a Concord and North Gaston score.
Well, join the club.
But, and I'll say this about Smoky Mountain, though. If you can stop that run offense that they have, then you can pretty much stop Smoky Mountain.
Well, all right, Jeff. Next week, give us contest your thoughts on Weddington and Crest after that game.
Because, Lord willing, that's a game I plan on going to, because those are 2 top-notch teams. I think that's going to be a heavy prize fight.
I think it is. It's going to be a hard-hitting game for sure.
Thank you, Jeff Miller. We got to go to break, and we come back. We're going to talk to Tom Cinefani, Brent Pasco, and more here on the postgame show brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports on KTC Broadcasting.
Once upon a time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure. Huzzah! Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd.
It's time for the Renaissance Festival. Shopping, food,
men in tights.
Oh my!
Enjoy foolish good times at the Carolina Renaissance Festival.
Time travel to a land of legend. Jousting knights, mermaids, fairies, dragons. Oh my!
Join the damsels and brave knights at the Carolina Renaissance Festival.
Eat, drink, be merry at the Renaissance Festival. Presented by Pepsi. Tickets limited while supplies last. Online only at renfestinfo.com.
Don't miss the jousting, feasting, and jesting at the Carolina Renaissance Festival. It's a royal blast.
Don't miss the Renaissance Festival, sponsored by Visit Lake Norman. Visit Lake Norman, the lakeside of Charlotte. Huzzah!
Join us for our live Sunday morning worship services on WHS. It's the Sunday morning worship service from Calvary Baptist Church in Shelby, and on WCSL, it's the Sunday morning worship service from First Baptist Church in Cherryville.
What happens when you get bitten by a mosquito?
It just sucks.
And what happens if you get bit by a fire ant?
That sucks too.
That's when you call H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing. They'll rid your yard of mosquitoes and fire ants. Certain pests can be very dangerous and even deadly to humans and pets. Schedule your free inspection today by calling 704-482-2847. Protect your family today by calling H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing online at hhpci.com. Like them on Facebook too. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose acclimation over cremation. Acclimation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And acclimation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider acclimation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose acclimation over cremation. Acclimation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And acclimation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider acclimation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Planning a funeral service can be a very difficult process for families who have just lost a loved one. Celebrating lives and healing grieving hearts is the theme for the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Fallston. It's important to them to provide those who are grieving with a supportive environment in which they can begin to find closure, say goodbye, and come to terms with their loss. Find out more today. Visit them online at StameyTysingerFuneralHome.com or give them a call at 704-538-8631. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center, 846 East Stagecoach Trail in Fallston.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, bases loaded, and 2 strikes. Now, that's a tough situation for any team. And not having your taxes done properly is a problem for you, too. That's when you call on Kimberly Spicer, CPA and public attorney. She has the team you can count on. She can assist you with your small business and your tax preparation. In Shelby, call 704-482-4358, and in Forest City, 828-245-8351. Kimberly Spicer, CPA and attorney, 214 North Morgan Street in Shelby and 118 East Main Street, Forest City.
And welcome back to the Mafia of KTC Broadcasting. The Godfather, Dennis Davis, the Hitman, Will Boykins, Steve Degree, the Enforcer, Kevin, the Boss, Chip the Collector, and JP, the Fixer. And we've got Tom Titifani on the phone.
All right, JP, thanks for calling. JP didn't call in. We'll thank Tom for calling in.
Yeah.
Burns wins tonight against East Gaston. Cleveland County tonight. Going 4-0. We got 90-0, 56-12, 46-0, and 34-29. Bulldogs, what's up, Tommy?
Hey, Kevin. Yeah, it was 52-0 tonight at Ron Green Stadium.
All right, well, real quick. Tom. Real quick.
Yes.
So Max Preps had y'all at 52. When y'all signed off the air, the scoreboard had 46 on the scoreboard.
Because they didn't put the last touchdown up. We've got somebody new on the scoreboard.
We were being asked here. I was like, man, I know Max Prep says 52, but I was sitting there watching the end of the game and it said 46 on the scoreboard. I just want to make sure we're clear.
Yeah, they scored a touchdown. I believe it was Dante Jones had a touchdown there at the very end of the game as the Burns reserves got in there. And or Devon Jones, I should say, Devon Jones got in there and scored a touchdown late in the game, and then they decided not to go for 2 on that, and they just didn't put the score up on the board. So it was 52-0. East Gaston, unofficially, we had them held to under. I think they were at 30. I think they had 38 yards rushing and 5 yards passing, 43 yards. They just had a tough night, didn't really have anything on the offensive side of the ball, started a freshman quarterback. So they just had a hard time doing anything. I think in the first half, I think they had a fumble, a turnover on downs, and they had 5 3-and-outs. So, I mean, they did absolutely nothing offensively, and it was already by halftime it was 46-0, so they ran the clock in the second half. Wasn't too much to talk about, but Good. Burns gets in the win column this year. I mean, a dominant performance, and just I know the guys after playing Crest and Kings Mountain Open the season, we're happy to get a win. You know, get a lot of positive momentum working. They've got a lot of work to do. They got a big game next week against Lincoln.
You know, my question on East Gaston, you know, these new conferences, Tom, looking at East Gaston, this conference, you know, that looks like they're not too good of a strong team this year. In the past few years, they gave you guys some good runs. So I'm not seeing anything from them. Of course, Shelby is going to be strong, but, you know, Lincoln has struggled a little bit with Cherryville tonight. And then West Lincoln and Bessemer battled tonight in a conference game already. And that game was close as well early on, but, like, you know, the cream of the crop, we always think Burns and Shelby, but, you know, Kramer's 2-0 right now. We're going to see what they got, but without East Gaston, I'm just curious what, you know, thought East Gaston, you know, comparable to other schools in the conference. You know, this is a totally new conference for you guys, obviously, with Kramer and West Lincoln and Lincoln in the conference, but just curious your comparison of past East Gaston teams compared to what you're looking at, what you saw tonight.
I mean, they're nowhere near. You know, I think they had the Sherrill kid, the left-handed kid, the quarterback, and there were some times there was like one time late, like we needed a touchdown late to beat them, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So they've been a lot more competitive. Now we've usually beaten them. I can't remember them ever beating us, but
Correct.
This East Gaston team, I mean, when their roster fits on one page, when you print it off Max Preps, you know you're in trouble, Kevin. Their numbers are down. You know, they just don't have a lot of kids. I want to say maybe they had 30 kids they dressed out tonight. And, you know, we've talked about it on the Saturday morning show that it's just hard for these teams to compete when they don't have a lot of players coming out.
Well, you can look at the roster sizes.
Go ahead.
You can. We've talked about in the past, like you just said, you look at the roster sizes and almost pick the winners. If you're in the 30s, you know you're playing two ways. The teams in their 50s, the Crest and the Shelbys, the South Points, they'll have 50, 60 players on their rosters, and you're right about that. If you're getting down to the 30s, it's a little bit tough to compete with those teams with 50.
Hey, Coach Telefon. Coach Telefon, this is Steve.
Hey, Steve.
I want to give one of your players I met today. I think his name is Cage Camp. I think they moved him from tight end to offensive guard. I met that young man today at the driver license place. He's a great young man. I just want to know how he played tonight. I told him I would give him a shout out. He said he's number 74. How did he play tonight?
The whole offensive line has played great tonight, and I just tell you, you know, it's evidenced by Colton Pryor and Max Davis combined had 300 yards rushing, and they had 5 touchdowns. So that tells you, anyway, that Jaden and Bo Harrow and Jaden Munger and Isaiah Baldwin and those guys up front, they played very well tonight, Steve, and shout out to the whole offensive line. Whenever you had, I think in the first half alone, they had 319 total yards rushing. So that tells you anything, that the entire offensive line deserves a shout out, and they played very well. And I know sometimes we don't call their names out enough, but we got them on. We called them out plenty of times tonight. So, and then they play, you know, they play very well as a unit, and they're all good kids. They're all hard-working kids up there up front. And just proud of our guys and the way they played tonight, offensively and defensively. But the offensive line playing very well. And I know that I forgot one of my offensive linemen, trying to make sure I got them all. Seems like Jesse Bryant is the other offensive lineman that I forgot to mention. And Jaden Munger's the only senior. So a lot of those guys are coming back next year, and that's coaching staff feels very good about them. They feel that's the strength of the team, Steve.
Yeah, I also he told me he had pretty good grades, and he's a pretty good sized young man. And said he played a couple of years in middle school, and said I told him no wonder Coach Devine, I would have tried to recruit the young man too. Seems like he's a very, very nice young man, and I just want to let him know if he's listening that I was honored to talk to him. Such a nice young man, and I just hope he keep up the good work. And I told him if he make good grades, his size, the sky's the limit for him. And he also told me that you was his teacher, and he told me he thought a lot of you. So I said, "Oh Lord." But overall, I just love meeting young men like that. It doesn't matter what school they go to, because at the end of the day, these are teenagers, and we always want the best for our kids. And I told him I would give him a shout out, because I know how it is being offensive lineman. You never get your name called until you call for holding. So, number 74, great job tonight for the Burns Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's a great young man. He was in the AP government class, and he was a very good student. He's very conscientious and very detail oriented, and if he holds it together, he's got a very bright future. I don't know what he'll do if he wants to continue. With football, he's a very good baseball player too, Steve. So,
he told me that.
He played for Post 82 as well. So he's got a lot of options, and it's good to see. It's good to see guys that are getting it done on the field and in the classroom.
He probably I know his father's a mechanic, Bill carburetor, so he probably had that to fall back on. I know his father a long time from rebuilding carburetors and starters and stuff like that. So I just want to let them know I appreciate them talking to me today.
Tom, I got a Saturday.
I'm sure he appreciates that, Steve. Go ahead.
Tom, I got a Saturday morning question for you. Tomorrow, UNCC versus UNC. You being an alum of UNCC, and they currently have 7 former Carolina players on their roster. What's your prediction for tomorrow?
Oh, my prediction is pain for Carolina as they're going to fall to 0-2.
That was last week, Tom. That was last week.
And my 49ers will rebound, and I think they're going to send Belichick to 0-2. And I tell all the kids at school, we're talking about student loans, and I say, before you take all that student loan and pay for Bill Belichick's girlfriend, you need to think about what you're going to major in before you go up there.
I'll tell.
You know what's going on in Carolina right now, Dennis. It's a mess. Bill Belichick and all his buddies up there. Why does he want to tarnish his legacy like this? I have no idea. But
$10 million.
I don't know, man. It's like this is the University of North Carolina. This is a proud institution. It's like, what are they doing? It's going to be. I tell you what, they lose to Charlotte tomorrow, Dennis. It's going to.
Oh, listen.
Fallout will not be
you and Jeff Jones will, have it out. I'm sure.
Yeah, they beat us last year, as you know. I mean, I'm sure you watched the game last year, but this game is in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte's not predicted to win very many games this year. They're rebuilding. They have a new coach.
Yeah.
So we know that really that I think UNC Charlotte's maybe Chapel Hill's maybe a 17-point favorite in this game. So if Belichick loses this one,
you can back up the moving van.
All right, Tommy. I
the
got
number 30, also that number 32 for the 49ers. Kings Mountain player, Curtis Simpson. He transferred. He transferred from Carolina back to Charlotte so he could be closer to home.
Well, Tom.
Well, hopefully they'll get. I got to give you my player of the game, Kevin.
Right.
It's Colton Pryor, 7 rushes, 173 yards, 3 touchdowns, touchdown runs of 17 yards, 20 yards, and 71 yards.
Thank you. You said Colton Pryor, right?
Colton Pryor. That's correct.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Bulldog, Mr. Ohio State. We'll see you in the morning. And we'll talk.
All right.
We'll
I know
talk
that you got other guys waiting, so I'm going to hop off here. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the morning, Kevin.
Thank you, Tom. Thompson and Fine with the Burns Bulldogs broadcast. Next week, the Bulldogs will be hosting the Lincoln and Wolves, and we'll have a pretty good game and broadcast of that one, live video for you. Lincoln and Wolves fans, you get to see live video next week up at Burns. Tom will be broadcasting that game as well. We'll also have live video in Madison at Chase, like we had Chase this week, and then we'll have audio on WHS. We're going to have Shelby at West Lincoln will be the WHS game of the week. Crest and Weddington. You'll be able to listen to that on YouTube. And then Cherryville and Highland Tech will have that game on WCSL 92.9 FM. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to talk our players of the week on the break and get that organized. And I've got some pictures from that Carolina game to show you guys here in just a minute. We'll be back in a minute. KDCBroadcasting.com.
The Make This the Summer event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby. We are putting performance in your hands. Purchase now and get a $2,250 bonus cash allowance. You may be eligible for up to a $10,000 annual tax deduction on interest paid on a new qualifying auto loan on all new 2025 Dodge Durango models. Come on in now for all the details during the Make This the Summer event at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Foothills Podiatry in Shelby is happy to announce the addition of Dr. Strudy M. Carwa to their staff. Dr. Carwa is looking forward to providing you with exceptional care and comprehensive solutions for your foot and ankle needs. She brings a genuine passion for podiatric medicine and surgery, and she will be a valuable asset to their practice. Foothills Podiatry, 707 North Morgan Street in Shelby. Online at foothillspodiatry.com. Call 704-487-6672.
Foothills Podiatry is now adding more benefits for Medicare patients.
Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook too. Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook too.
We're going down to the Honda shop. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Get on your Honda and ride red during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event at Honda Motorcycles in Shelby. For over 45 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area with sales, parts, and service. And now get low-rate financing during the Honda Ride Red Sales Event. Use your bonus bucks on accessories, a down payment, or the Honda Care Protection Plan during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event. Going on now at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com. The new fall clothing is arriving every day at Norris Merchandise in Shelby. Fall clothing for both men and women. Norris Merchandise has expanded their women's clothing line with name brands like Carhartt and Ariat, also Local Boy and Local Girl. And with bow season here, Norris Merchandise now has crossbows starting at $499.99. So hurry on in now. Norris Merchandise, 2011 South Lafayette Street, Highway 18 south of Shelby. Online at norrismerchandise.com.
And the Mafia is back, and we have another victim on the line.
Welcome back to the
Somebody had to do it.
Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show. He did introduction. I just didn't have it. It was a terrible introduction, but he did do an introduction. We got Brent Pascoe on the phone. He was at a Highland Tech tonight for the Shelby 90-0 win. He's got some stats and stuff for us, and we've talked about this game and this matchup. Highland Tech being in this conference and don't understand it, and we never will. But they got to play like there's two other conferences that would be kind of competitive with them. They could be in their local that we cover. We cover 6 conferences. They could easily play in the Catawba Shores or Catawba River conferences as opposed to playing Shelby and Burns. But you got to do what you got to do. Shelby gets 90 tonight. I've said, and Will as well, might as well put 100 on. I want them to invite Q Tucker in the state of North Carolina, and it's not even a competitive thing. You got East Rutherford beating CPLA 84-8. They're okay with that. State is okay with that. So if they're okay with that, whatever.
That's not a conference game, is it?
No.
But
This is a conference game.
And one other thing too, they dropped the run the clock to 35. I don't know if y'all knew that. It was 42. They dropped it to 35 now.
So if there was no run clock, Shelby put 150 on this team. And to us to say the state is okay with that is ridiculous. And I've said to Highland Tech for years, guys, invite the state down on a full invite them to invite Q Tucker. You'll pay for her hotel. Come down here and watch them play Burns and Shelby and tell us this is okay. She shouldn't have a job because of this. This ain't Shelby's fault. This ain't Highland Tech's fault. It's Q Tucker and the state's fault. They shouldn't do this, and it shouldn't be that way. You guys shouldn't have to play them. We talked last week. Wouldn't you guys rather schedule Lincoln in, or I know they're on your schedule now, but wouldn't you guys rather schedule like East Lincoln or somebody like that?
Yes.
It's much way better for you guys. So when we're talking about roster sizes, how many people did you dress out tonight, Steve?
Maybe 50 or more. Plus we dressed some JV players too.
So they could get on the field in this game. So, you know, Shelby's walking out there with 60 people counting JP. I mean, JP, but the JV players. So the state's got to do something. You know, we know what's going to happen when they play, but we thought they were going to do something and they didn't. So I don't know what Highland Tech and you guys need to do.
I thought the whole reason for the realignment this year was to take these games out and put more competitive games into the conference.
It was supposed to.
And then they didn't make a conference for these guys to play yet.
Kevin, we're calling out Q Tucker, but let's face it, there's a committee made up of the athletic directors of all these schools, and they're the ones really
they approved it
who did this.
Yeah, and
Q's just following her orders, marching orders from this board of directors, and it's the old guys who we've always done it this way kind of thing. We've always played so-and-so. Or, yeah, we don't want to travel too much. So my old buddy over at Big Boy Tech, we'll let him play little Runtsville community. And you get scores like this.
Well, what it is, and
Don't forget about you got Brent on the phone.
I've got Brent on the phone. We'll let him call. We'll go to Brent in 1 second. My thing is that not a single person who has made this decision has ever played high school football. I'll tell you that right now. And if they did, no offense, they played for a team like Crest or Shelby, well, they never had to get beat and never had to walk on that field and think, okay, I'm not even coming out here to win tonight. I'm coming out here with my head on a swivel, making sure I don't get hurt. Because I've got to play a team competitive next week, knowing we're going to get beat 90 this week. Highland Tech thinks they might win next week, right? They play in Cherryville. That's their chance. So that's their only chance. So that's what they get tonight is like, hey, let's don't get hurt. Let's take a shot at Cherryville.
Highland Tech looks at their schedule for the year and goes, no way, no way,
right.
No way.
And the state did that.
Maybe possible. No way, no way. Maybe if we're lucky, no way. And that's bad for those kids that are putting their effort into it.
I guarantee you there's 10 people in the school that don't come out and play just because, hey, I know I'm going to get smoked every week. I know for a fact, even at Cherryville Investment, the same thing. Even at these small schools, I've heard it over and over. I'm not going out there. I don't want to be a loser. These kids don't want to be losers per se. And some kids would rather go out and be the 55th man on Crest and win a state championship than to be the starting left tackle at best for not win a state championship. So every guy's got different ideas and thoughts on what they want to do. All right, we got Brent Pascal on the phone. Brent was out there. Sorry about that, Brent, leaving you on forever. And we had to do a little rant there, and I got a little bit too long. But you guys got a player tonight, and Steve walked in and mentioned him where it started. This kid touched the ball 3 times tonight and had 3 touchdowns. How about Tyler Tate tonight? Is that right?
Yeah, Tyler Tate. I mean, you could say he's maybe the number 4 or 5 running back. He's a senior, just small kid, never really gotten to play much. Got to play tonight. I think the first time he ran like a 36-yard touchdown. Then he caught a touchdown pass, and then he ran it again, and he went like 40 yards for a touchdown. So 3 touches, 3 touchdowns. He was a captain tonight, so it was kind of cool for him to be a team captain and then have a big night, 3 touchdowns, and it was ugly early. I think in the first 4 plays for Highland Tech, they turned it over. They had a fumble that got returned for a touchdown, and then they had another fumble, and then they threw an interception. So they had run 4 offensive plays and had 3 turnovers, and it was 28-0 Shelby. And we couldn't see the clock where we were sitting. We were like, "What? How much time?" They're like 8:33 first quarter. So we're like, "Oh, 28-0 with 8:33 in the first quarter. This is going to be ugly." And of course, 74-0 at halftime, and then 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. And that's really the only reason they got to 90 is because you can't kick on that field unless you want to lose the football, right? Because you're either going to kick it over the gymnasium or on top of it, or you're going to kick it in the woods and lose the ball. So Shelby went for 2 every time. They didn't get all of them, but they got, I think, all but 2.
And of course, they got 2 2-point conversions. The last one was kind of crazy because they had a bad snap. It was 88-0, and Thurman's in there, the third string quarterback, and he runs. I don't know. He ran all over, back and forth, and then just kind of picked his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And it was 90-0. There were still like 6.5 minutes left, and then the other team turned it over, and Shelby basically ran 4 knees, but took a minute and a half in between plays to run the clock out.
Well, Brett, the only good thing I can see in a game like this is you got some of the kids that come out and don't really get the playing time in the big games, got the opportunity to take the spotlight tonight a little bit, and like the kid that was player of the game, show what they could do under equal circumstances with players at their level.
Yeah, it was fun to see guys like Tyler, Demir Farmer got in, LeCompte Morton, DJ Bruton, guys that are out there practicing hard, but they're not going to get even in the second team linebacking core. At the end, we had 3 new guys out there getting some playing time and making tackles for losses, and it's fun to watch those guys get to play and make big plays when they have the opportunity, and they're not going to get a lot of those opportunities throughout the year.
It's another kid too, Boone Weiss, number 30.
Yep, Boone was out there too.
If the coach, to be honest, we probably couldn't practice without Boone because he does so much in practice. He do our scout team stuff, and I tell you what, Boone, he's a senior too. He's like Tyler, he hadn't played much, but he's a great kid to have on your football team. Yes sir, no sir, all the time. Do anything the coach asks him to do, specialty teams, whatever you need him to do. Like he'll scout, he'll know exactly what the other people, running backs or wing backs or H-backs going to do, and that's what he do in practice to give us a look. And I really appreciate Boone Weiss too, number 30.
Yeah, there's another guy that had a good game, Kendall Smith, big lineman, doesn't get to play much, but he's a kid. He got it. Yep.
Right.
I was going to say that with my little cousin, but I can't say that because he's taller than me.
How little?
Yeah, Kendall, he's one of my favorites. A lot of these guys don't get much playing time in games, so when they get in, Kendall's a real big kid, Brett, as you see. He's about 6'4", maybe 250, and he's still got a little development going, but he's getting better and better as the season going along. So we call him preacher because he is a youth preacher. His grandpa's a preacher. Reverend Frankie Smith played with me at Shelby High, and so when you got kids like that on your team, they deserve to get in. Like you say, 36, Bruton, don't get to play much. He got to play a lot tonight and caused that one fumble. I actually thought he recovered a fumble. And, you love to see kids get in like that. But my heart goes out to Tyler.
I thought you said a minute ago JP got in the game for Shelby tonight or suited up, but it's JV, right? So Shelby goes to West Lincoln next week, and I think they were in a tight one when we looked, and then all of a sudden they pulled away, I heard. So
yeah, we got it. And Brandon, as you know, we got to stop the run next week. So I think that the defensive coaches, Coach Barker and them had to get a great defensive strategy because this game might be over quick because they're gonna run it. What they maybe throw it one time. They don't even think they threw it tonight, did they? Did West Lincoln even throw the ball at night? Did anybody know?
I don't know. I didn't get the. I didn't catch any of the stats for the West Lincoln game.
But they're gonna run it. They're gonna pound the running backs between the tackles, and if they get a gap, they got pretty good speed on them too. So our defense really going to step it up next week, and I'm looking for some defensive changes, not personnel wise, but the way we line up for next week's game.
I mean, really and truly, this is Shelby playing. They know the old South Point offense. Shelby's boys has been through it, so it's same assignments. Put 5 down, put a head on everybody. It's the same assignment. That's how you beat that offense.
It goes back to Coach saying when he used to coach up there to be, that'll be the same thing we need to stop this week. We got to stop the run, fellas. We got to stop the run. Got to stop the fullback first, and then everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, I'm sure Shelby will try to get a quick lead and then make a running team, try to come back on them.
Yeah, that's the key, Brent. You're absolutely right, Brent. That's the key. We get at least up by 4. If we get up by 14 and make them start trying to throw the ball, get them out of what they don't do well, I think we'll be okay. But first of all, we got to get the lead on them first. So I think this time, maybe do like we did tonight. If we win the toss, take the ball first.
Absolutely. One of the kids, I didn't see where J.J. Williams was tonight, Steve. I didn't see him out there, but I know Cole Wakefield had a big game.
No comment.
Yeah.
So, Cole, that's another kid we need to mention too, number 9. Cole Wakefield, he's a senior too. No, he's a junior? Maybe he's a senior. First varsity touchdown tonight, 2 guys. So a lot of those guys got in. Cole had a great game. 4 or 5 receptions, maybe 100 yards. I don't really know how many he had. But Cole, number 9, he did a great job also.
I think he had about 74 yards maybe.
Yes, he did. He did a great job. That great speed down the sideline, and also number 1, he did everything but get in the end zone. Man Collins. So overall, our kids did a great job. I'm glad they got them a win.
I'm glad you called Man's name. I'm gonna tell you something.
Man,
he's tough. Man is tough.
Yeah.
Littlest thing on the field or next to the littlest thing
next
on
to
the
Tyler.
field. Yeah, he's a tough ball.
Man had a tough night. He had over 100 yards, but every time he scored a touchdown, he got called back for a penalty.
Yes. Tonight. But keep on plugging away. So.
Yep.
All right, Brent. Well, thanks so much for hollering. Any other thoughts or anything you and Jeff talked about you wanted to add?
Not really.
Who was your defensive player?
Had a good game, and really, Jaden Williams still hasn't suited up yet. But I think by holding him out one more week, I think he'll be ready to go maybe next week, and that just gives Shelby another weapon, both at cornerback and at the running back spot.
Steve,
who was the defensive player, Brent? Did you get a defense?
We actually named it Julius Brooks for the fumble return touchdown.
Good.
But I thought Kilius had another good game too.
I told him Kilius, yeah, he had 2 fumble recoveries, and also Tyler. We forgot to mention that Tyler recovered that fumble on the kickoff when we got the ball back. Tyler, he also recovered that too.
It's a big game for Tyler. Yeah,
he played a great game. I told him on sideline, I said, "Son, you my player of the game. I don't care who they pick. I'm picking you. Because you just have to be there with us, Brent, every day to see why we say this."
No doubt.
A lot of time it ain't
so,
the
yeah.
size of the dog in the fight.
Appreciate it, guys.
Hey, Brent, thanks again for calling in. As always, great work by you and Jeff, and we'll look forward to listening to y'all next week.
Oh, fellas, I just want to mention one thing. It's a great night to be a Charger. No, Steve, I'm not talking about Crest. I'm talking about the Los Angeles Chargers. They beat the Chiefs tonight down in Brazil.
Yeah, they did. It's right, 27-21. That's the score. You're right, Dennis. So.
Well, Dennis, my sister lives in San Diego, California.
Yeah.
She's home right now. She is a diehard Charger fan.
Well, she is a happy girl tonight.
So I know she's going to be waiting up on me when I get home. I hope she probably recorded it, so I'm probably going to watch the game when I get home.
At least you know who won.
At least I know who won.
So we've got, looks like and I'm sure we'll get to this as we wrap up the score. We've got all finals. We've been able to look at different sources and got all finals except for the Concord Spiders against the North Gaston Wildcats. This is not the first week that's occurred. I don't know.
Last week.
We need to, 2 weeks ago. I can't think of any week that I've been able to get a score on Max Preps or anything on any other secondary website about North Gaston in their schedule. I normally have to wait till anytime we've pulled it up. It's been before we started the Saturday morning show the next morning before it's posted. So North Gaston, get on your administration, get on and fans, get on there, get somebody who's on Max Preps, get your score posted so we can share that with the community.
Coach Wilson call.
Yeah,
Tell Coach Wilson to call.
Yeah, holler at us, let us know what that score is. We want to be able to share it with the rest of and win, lose or draw. Obviously we want to be able to celebrate your wins, but also want to the community wants to know how your record's looking. So. If there's somebody in the community or coaching staff, something, we would love to get that posted up there. But yeah, obviously, I think that the story of the night is as we've talked about. Kevin put it as eloquently, I think, as any of us could. This is not a fault of the Shelby Golden Lions. This is not an issue with the Highland Tech Rams. This is an illustration. This is just an example of what we've discussed. What we all had hopes. We hoped against hope that this realignment that was going to occur last offseason and reshaping the conferences, so to speak, was going to help, if not fix. You're always going to have issues and conflicts, and it's never going to be perfect. We hope this was going to help alleviate it. And it just, I've said this ad nauseum, and folks who've tuned in on Saturday mornings have heard me say it as well. It just seems like this section of the state, particularly when you get west of I-85, this section of this, but when you start boiling it down to this state, it's like they organize all the other conferences and then just leave these teams and kind of just mishmash them together, or keep what they had and keep the status quo. And that does nobody any good.
Well, not only, Chip, in the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, but in state politics, I can tell you that nothing exists beyond 95.
Mm-hmm.
And they're treated that way. That people in the eastern part of the state and Raleigh don't even know where Asheville is, much less how we can play one another in the teams that are divided up. It's goes back to an old cultural thing. I'm taking the politics out of it and just saying it's a cultural thing.
Well, and we see it, and we, in a sense, you can't. They're going to say we can't make this argument because they split the playoffs up east and west. So, all right, your best person from your west is coming, but it just seems like they do what they can to stack the deck against the teams that are coming from the west. They make that their trip or their journey to try to get to that Final Four, get to the semifinals and finals of the state championships.
No idea what the travel is like.
That and they just, I hate to use the term stacked deck, but they try to make it seems like the teams that they want to represent the East.
And where do they play the games?
Have a hard time. Well, fair. But I don't fault that necessarily historically, although it wouldn't hurt instead of having it in Raleigh, having it at NC State or having it at Carolina or whatever.
How about Charlotte? How about Appalachian?
How about Bank of America Stadium?
Yeah.
A little more centrally located.
Another thing too, they did their realignment like 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
They kept tinkering with it, messing with it. Some of the coaches wanted to be in that conference. They wanted to be in that conference. And so finally, they might just got time to say, we're just going to leave it like it is. Well, they changed it how many times?
But I don't know. But if you're trying to make the conferences better, iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you're trying to make football better, iron sharpens iron. You don't leave these smaller schools in the conference with Burns, Lincoln, and freaking West Lincoln. They don't stay in that conference. So it does those teams that play them no good. Y'all got absolutely no exercise out of this game.
Chip, I'm going to make this point.
Yeah.
Pull up for the last few years all the state championship football teams.
Mm-hmm.
See where the vast majority of them are located.
Yeah.
They're in the West.
In the West.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all we got to say.
But having lived in the East,
Mm-hmm.
I was in the Triangle area, so I lived in Durham, but I was like right on the edge of Raleigh. I just stayed just a footstep out of Raleigh. The whole culture of football, Friday nights, is different. They don't speak of Friday nights the way we do in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
because they got too much to do.
They got too much. Too much other
this
stuff
show
going
would
on.
not exist
Right.
in the Raleigh-Durham
It's almost
area.
like almost like the Lakers at the Staples
no
Center.
shows
You
like
you
this.
show up to the game after halfway through the first quarter, if not at the end of the first quarter.
Right.
But
There's
party.
no podcast, nothing of this sort in that area that talks high school football.
Two points I want to make going back to the conferences, and one, and Tom and Terry and Kevin and I talked about this, y'all, right around the time that we were coming up with the whatever draft of the conferences they had that had not been finalized, but it was getting close. And we literally sat here, and I joked about it earlier. It's kind of like the old Ron White joke. It's like, well, if you've got a better idea, why don't you come up with a solution? All right, give me 10 minutes. We took about 5 or 10 minutes and came up with a Gaston County-based conference that really seemed to fit most of those schools. The second thing is I'm going to reiterate Kevin's point that he made last week on our show, Saturday mornings, FYI, 8 to 10:15, folks. Tune in tomorrow morning. But
get in a plug.
I figure Kevin would appreciate
plug.
that. But I'll make the same point that Kevin made. And we talked about it during the red zone right off the bat, Dennis. College, what do you use conferences for? To qualify for the playoffs. NFL, what do you use conferences for? To qualify for the playoffs. Do you use that in in North Carolina, do we use conferences for that? Really? Legitimately? No.
Because you got the split, you got 3A, 4A in the same conference. You're going to automatically qualify anyway.
Do away with conferences and let these schools schedule the teams that they want to play.
Well, Chip, being an old basketball coach and knowing some of my former players came from Indiana, and you've probably seen the movie Hoosiers. The way Indiana does their basketball championship, every school, whether you got 200 or 2,000 students, you all play in one pool. And, you get criticized. Well, how you going to play against them big teams? Hickory High did it in the championship.
Yep.
I know a guy that played for me that was player of the year in Indiana. He went to a little small school. So you can be successful, but they just play. Everybody is in the pool, Steve. Shelby, Reedsville.
And that, not cutting you out, Dennis, you're right, because as a coach,
yeah,
I want to play the best.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do. I want. It's better for your team, and it's better for your players. Like, okay, so we had some kids tonight. They wasn't really into the game after the first, at 4 minutes in the game, we had 28 points already.
And I'm going to defend you, Steve. Other than your conference games, Burns excluded, you guys do pick some tough opponents.
Yes,
because that's your only chance to find out what you really got.
But a lot of those
Coach
games,
Wilbanks, he emphasizes us.
But a lot of
years we've played the best.
And a lot of those games, though, I would to counterpoint it. I think it's great, and I think it's good, but it's earlier in the season. Until Burns at the end of the Burns at the end of the year. But your team has had very few chances to really test its mettle and under the pressure or under the grinder of a pressure packed game a lot of times, and I think that hinders their mental preparedness. It's easier to be prepared for those stressful in the game scenarios when you've been through it.
You notice we've been 0-5. I think the 4 out of the last 5 years we've been 0-2. I meant to say, and one year we was 0-3.
But you won a state championship.
You came back and won 13 straight. Yeah. So sometimes it ain't how you start, it's how you end. But if you notice when we look at the teams we lost to.
Yeah.
We ain't lose to no cupcakes now, y'all.
Crest was like you. We were 0-3 one year under Roy Kirby. Won a state championship.
Right.
It's like the quality of the teams that you play.
Right. You ain't play no cupcakes. And that only going to prepare you for the playoffs.
Exactly.
You have to turn the switch on. Then you got to turn it off and do medium and then turn it back on at the end. I'd rather just play the same level of talent just that way you stay focused.
We'll wrap up with a few more points here. We're going to take one more break here before we wrap up the show, and then we'll come right back. You're listening to the Full Throttle Powersports postgame show here on KTC Broadcasting.
Since 1925, Beam Construction in Cherryville has been building communities in our area. All across the Carolinas, Beam Construction Company brings proud craftsmanship to their work, from building educational and healthcare facilities and office complexes, along with other demanding projects. And right now, Beam Construction Company has job opportunities for masons. Just apply at Beam Construction, 601 East Main Street in Cherryville. Visit them online at beamconstruction.com. You're invited to the model closeout sale at Friendship Chevrolet GMC in Forest City, where every 2025 model must go. I'm Calvin Hastings. I want you to join me along with Captain Ron Teague Pat Nanny, and Jeffrey the Pie Owens as we broadcast live on Downtown Radio, WAGY, this Saturday, September 6th, from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at Friendship Chevrolet GMC in Forest City. Come on in and get the absolute best deal of the year on any remaining 2025 model in stock. They've got to make room for the new 2026 models. And don't forget, they offer 100% guaranteed credit approval and up to $5,000 for your trade-in, no matter the condition. And we'll have free Dairy Queen hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. Register to win some great prizes, including Southern Christmas Show tickets and Renaissance Festival tickets. This Saturday, September 6th, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at Friendship Chevrolet GMC, 1740 College Avenue, Forest City. Online at friendshipchevy.com. Nobody beats Friendship Chevrolet GMC in Forest City. Hey, we're dealing.
Once upon a time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure.
Huzzah!
Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd.
It's time for the Renaissance Festival! Shopping! Food!
Men in tights.
Oh my!
Enjoy foolish good times at the Carolina Renaissance Festival.
Time travel to a land of legend. Jousting knights, mermaids, fairies, dragons. Oh my!
Join the damsels and brave knights at the Carolina Renaissance Festival.
Eat, drink, be merry at the Renaissance Festival. Presented by Pepsi. Tickets limited while supplies last. Online only at renfestinfo.com.
Don't miss the jousting, feasting, and jesting at the Carolina Renaissance Festival. It's a royal blast.
Don't miss the Renaissance Festival, sponsored by Visit Lake Norman. Visit Lake Norman, the lakeside of Charlotte. Huzzah!
For nearly 50 years, the K family at Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service in Shelby have been taking care of your bookkeeping and income tax needs in Shelby, Cleveland County, and the surrounding area. They feature a staff of enrolled agents and experienced tax professionals. Make sure you get every advantage you deserve. That's Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service, 707 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Give them a call at 704-484-2783. Online at numbersofshelby.com. They are there for you.
Escape the elements and get back to comfortable with James River Equipment's Back to Cool special. Step inside a John Deere 3R, 4R, or 5E 3-cylinder tractor and enjoy the ultimate operator experience. The premium cab keeps you out of the dust, dirt, and bugs, while air ride seats and quiet climate-controlled interior lets you focus on getting more done. With up to $5,000 off and 0% financing for 72 months, there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. James River delivers. Ends 9/26/25 with approved credit from John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
James River Equipment Company, 703 North Post Road, Shelby. The big truck is backed up at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby, and they've unloaded a huge stock of scratch and dent refrigerators, Samsung stainless steel refrigerators, many different models, side by side, French door models, all on sale. Prices have been slashed. Now's the time to buy your new Samsung refrigerator and take a look at the big end of summer mattress sale. Only at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. On the right going down, on the left coming up. Recent storms may have caused damage to your home or business. Gutter Guys is your trusted local roofing and gutter company with over 20 years serving Rutherford and Cleveland counties. With the recent storms and widespread reports of hail, your roof or gutters may have sustained damage that is not visible. Don't wait until minor issues become costly repairs. Call Gutter Guys at 704-879-4384 today to schedule your free inspection and let their experienced team give you peace of mind. Again, call 704-879-4384 or visit them online at gutterguysconstruction.com. Like them on Facebook too.
And we're back with the Mafia of KTC Broadcasting. I don't realize the guys that I last had. I don't know if they realize that we're back on yet, but yeah. Yeah, well, the Mafia KTC Broadcasting. I'll be happy. The Godfather, Dennis Davis, Will Borkins, the Hitman, Steve DeGree, the Enforcer, Kevin the Boss, Chip Carter, the Collector, and JP the Fixer. There you go.
You go, JP.
Yeah, I know, right?
I try.
Well, just what does the Godfather do, JP?
You're the monarch of us. You're the monarch.
He's gonna make you an offer you can't
Is that
refuse.
because I'm old or what?
No, you were the Reverend as the minister in the ministry.
And
so now you're the Godfather.
What they enforced to do? What they enforced to do?
Oh, you
Break
enforce
people.
Yeah.
Huh?
You break
You
people.
find the people and then Will hits them.
Okay, JP, we love you.
Oh, my gosh.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Excellent job, JP. Excellent. I like your idea.
You know, I was looking for something, and then my ears caught half of what y'all were saying. I totally forgot what I was looking for over here. Trying to find our AGAC heating and air. Well, I don't have a good hit, I don't think, guys.
I didn't see
we haven't seen any big hits.
Hey, why you trying to find that? The hit last week, Will, when you saw that lineman, the Crest lineman ran over that was number 13, Julian.
Yeah, he ran over a pulling guard.
He ran over the linebacker.
Yeah.
Julius told me, he said, he pulled me by my face, man. I said, don't look like to me, pull you by your face, man.
Oh, you're talking about that play where he was holding that dude?
Yeah.
Where he had him around?
Yeah. And
he had one hand holding the 7 on the back of his jersey, and the other hand was holding the 6 on the back of his jersey.
It wasn't holding.
But other than that.
Yeah, but Julius made up for it tonight, y'all. He picked the fumble up, ran it back in for a touchdown.
Well, good. We don't have a good big hit on the video, guys. So I don't know what to nominate on that one. So we may do something in the morning. We'll find a defensive player, an interception or something on our highlights. I'll go back through.
The best nominee I might have, Kevin, is that one where that offensive lineman pushes that defensive end into coverage. You remember?
No, he left on his own. He didn't get pushed.
Yeah. That's what I say. He dropped back.
He dropped back like he was a corner.
He got hit first.
I can't
he dropped he dropped back like he was playing cornerback.
All right, so we've got nominees for we've got our top 3 for our nominees for Player of the Week, brought to you by AG Heating and Air Service. 704-748-3463. Give them a call tomorrow. Probably not right in this second. AGEE. That's how you say it. Heating and Air Service. Our Players of the Week, number in 3rd place, DJ Stafford of West Lincoln, or Stratford. 13 carries, 233 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So not bad. 13 carries, 233 yards, 3 scores. But another kid got 3 touchdowns on 7 carries. And he only needed 173 yards to get those 3 touchdowns. Colton Pryor of Burns is our 2nd place silver medalist nominee Player of the Week.
Drum roll.
7 carries, 173 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Drum
All right.
roll.
Our Player of the Week touched the ball 4 times, scored 3 times. The 4th time was a fumble recovery. 2 rushes, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 catch, 1 touchdown, and a fumble recovery. Right, that right, Steve?
That's right.
And the smallest man on the field tonight. How about the Player of the Week?
He's listed as 130 pounds.
Listed at 130. 5'5",
and Steve said that was heavy.
130. That's with pads on and cleats.
And soaking wet.
And wet. With helmets on and cleats. 5'5", 130. Our Player of the Week is going to go to Tyler Tate. Like I said, 3 touches, 3 touchdowns, and a big night tonight. But Steve, here's the thing. We were talking. You guys shut out Highland. Y'all could have quit scoring after 6. You didn't need the rest of them. You could got to 6 and just took a knee and punted. Hey, there was a time the Cowboys' best offense was 3 knees and a punt. So sometimes they have to do
yeah, I know.
it.
I got to saying that too. We're gonna need some of these points next week.
Yes, you will. All right, I'm gonna let turn it over to.
I don't think you're gonna be in any trouble next week.
I'll let you guys. Any final thoughts? Will, Dennis, and Steve. About 30 seconds apiece, and then I'm gonna let Chip
looking
do
real
the
forward
scores.
to the Wedding Crest game next week. I think that's gonna be the slobber knocker of the week. I'm gonna catch half of that for sure. I'm gonna be up there at the stable for just a little while to catch half of that.
I'm looking forward to seeing Coach Don Singh down at West Lincoln, and also my friend Mr. Reinhardt. So if you're listening to Terry, please come out on the field where I can see you. And you're one of my great friends, and I appreciate you.
Tell me to bring you a hot dog.
You ain't got to bring me a hot dog. Just come on the field.
I want a recorded 40-yard dash between you and Terry.
Do we have time for that?
Well,
then we might have the hit of the week.
Hey,
whoever hit the ground.
Hey, Terry.
Whoever Terry. Over the 20-yard line.
Hey, Terry. Let's just not even go there, okay?
And just in case, we'll have the ambulance standing by.
Please.
All right, the top 10 is going to be Hickory at number 10, Hunter Huss at number 9, South Point at 8, Kings Mountain 7, North Stanley 6, Crest comes in at 5, West Iredale at 4 is giving up 8 points in 3 games, High Brighton at 3, East Lincoln at 2, and Ashbrook will be your number 1 team again next week as I turn it over to Chip to finish up the night.
Let's go, Chip.
2 minute drill. Here we go.
Here we go.
Ain't gonna take it that long.
Let her rip, Chip.
Let her
Run down our scoreboard here. To wrap things up, we never got any word on North Gaston and Concord. We'll hopefully have that tomorrow morning during Shock Jock, Saturday morning, 8 to 10. The rest of these are finals that we've got. It was Burns shutting out East Gaston 52-0. Crest over Asheville 56-12. Shelby 90-0 over Highland Tech, 90-0. West Lincoln defeats Bessemer City 50-15. It's Chase defeating Blacksburg, South Carolina 28-20. Lincolnton shuts out Cherryville 28-0. Is High Brighton over St. Stephen's, doubling their score 42-21. Wilkes Central blanks drawn 41-0. Charles D. Owen defeats Patton 22-7. Freedom defeats East Burke 61-22. It was Brevard over Irwin 37-14. West Iredale defeats Ford 37-2. Ashbrook keeps on winning, defeats Northwest Cabarrus 21-17. East Lincoln wins against Newton Conover 49-21. East Rutherford puts up 84 against CPLA 84-8. See, not just Shelby putting up big numbers tonight. Smoky Mountain defeats Forest View 22-19. And our baseball score of the night, Hunter Huss defeats North Meck 11-7. Kings Mountain holds on to defeat Bandy's 34-29. It was Blue Ridge, South Carolina over Polk County 35-19. North Buncombe defeats Madison 42-19. Hendersonville defeats North Henderson 32-27. Watauga puts up 61, defeats Mount Airy 61-7. Tuscola over South Caldwell 42-6. Alexander Central defeats Ashe County 34-7. Union County holds on to defeat Lincoln Charter 44-42. The Mountain Island Raptors defeat West Caldwell 49-22. Maiden over North Lincoln 54-36. South Point defeats TC Robertson 34-6. Hickory shuts out Bunker Hill 49-0. It's Forest Hills over the Community School of Davidson 36-25. Lake Norman Charter holds on to defeat North Rowan 30-26. Carson shuts out Pine Lake Prep 41-0. Avery County defeats Asheville Christian Academy 44-8. Lane Tree Prep hangs on to defeat Bonnie Cone 27-24. And it's Christ the King 61, South Carolina Spartans 22. Thank you for tuning in to the Full Throttle Powersports post-game show. Tune in to Shock Jocks tomorrow at 8 a.m. We'll see you then. In the meantime, we're out.
My helmet on, pants strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Ballin' Friday night lights. Ballin' win. We just came to win. Ballin' win. We must protect this house.